Yes, it's Friday, Friday, Friday. Stopped and got me some coffee. Not that I needed it. Had some mushroom coffee, but half a Maxwell House before I left, but whatever. Yes, it's Friday. Mm-hmm. So, I think whenever I talk about the children, I'm gonna talk about everybody. Because when you go looking for applicable verses on discipline, a fool despises correction is the best scripture to describe the adults and children of today. So I see a plenty of fool in my age group don't want no correction or direction, but it's everybody's fault. Then we got these children. What they say, foolishness, the heart of a child is stored up with foolishness. Yeah, well, but when you got big kids with foolishness, what you get? But I see we had a shooting out there in Louisiana at the mall. What I didn't know, Towson Mall had so much going on until I've been seeing it for the past couple of weeks. They're talking about the Apple stores leaving and some other stores have left because of the crime and talking about kids. I was like, Towson Mall? I'm like, this is a problem. This is a problem. Then I saw, but I've been seeing police chiefs and district attorneys around the country on camera telling people to be parents to their kids. Telling people to be parents. Now, I remember not too long ago when I became a mother, you know who was telling me? Well, they had already shown me, but you know, about being a parent? My family. Like, I'm like, where the families at? Where's somebody, you don't know that you need to be a parent? You don't know that you're responsible for your children? You don't know that you're supposed to know where they are and if they doing wrong things? Like, what the? But when you have a lot of these idiot, dusty, broke jokers having babies, and their mindset is stuck on baddie, shot o'clock, and all the latest thuggery, they don't know nothing about raising no children. They don't know nothing about raising no children in the ways of the Lord. They raise them in the ways of the toxic culture that they love. And that's an elder problem. Because we're the parents, it's supposed to be some godparents probably raggedy too. But grandmothers used to be of a better quality and stock than a lot of them today. Now, we do have some grandmothers that are a quality and of substance, but the push is to make that the exception when it needs to be the rule. Praying grandmothers need to be back in season. Wise elders, old men. You ain't had an old man or two or three on the block. They tell, hey boy, pull up your pants. Hey, come in, let me show you. Take that trash out for your mom. You know. But you, a lot of people have raised their children to be disrespectful to their elders, to not take no direction or correction. So when your children can't take no direction or correction, they're gonna be at home with you till you die. Cause how you gonna get a job you won't take no direction or correction from nobody? How you gonna even maintain a business if you want to do a business? You think you can get up at 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the afternoon and drag and lag? Look at the habits. And then you got adults. Because Proverbs 19 and 18, when I saw that verse, I said, this is what needs to be on TV. So the next time something happens, and you know how you see people, or you hear people in the comments, oh, I wish it stopped. When it's gonna stop? And I've had people that I know say the same thing to me, and I'm looking at them like, are you slow? I'm being honest. And I'm like, I hope that's just a rhetorical question or a question because you frustrated, because I'm sure if you know anything about the word, I ain't talking about the world, I'm talking about the word, you know it ain't gonna stop without some action, discipline, enforcement, doing things that people don't want to do because they don't want to be, I don't want them to be mad at me. They mad at you anyway. They out here killing. The children are weaponized, people. A lot of you have weaponized the children, but the children are weaponized. They're being weaponized right in your face and under your very eyes. And they being weaponized, the main reason is the devil himself. But the other weaponization is in the classrooms and everywhere else. Children are being introduced to things they ain't got no business being introduced to. And then they want to fight you as parents in some of these silly states and jurisdictions. You're right to what's right about your children, because you have allowed them to tell you too much stuff that you shouldn't have allowed them to tell you. So who did that? Unwise elders. So you sit here with this verse, Proverbs 19:18. Discipline your children. Discipline your children. For in that there is hope. Saying that if you discipline your children, there's hope. There's hope. There's hope at the end of the day, even when they stray and when they do wrong. If you have instilled some type of discipline in them, there's hope. Then you have a semicolon. Do not be a willing party to their death. So this verse said to me loud and clear that when you don't discipline your children, and that's what we have a lot of today, parents, grandparents, and more, because we think that they so cute or they this, that, and the other, and then once it gets too far gone and you can't take it no more, they done reached the age where they have never seen discipline, so then they start wigging out and doing all that kinds of stuff, and y'all scared to lay hands on them because you scared they gonna hit harder. Okay, so then they go out in the world and other people don't have time to deal with that foolishness, not from no child, especially children that can't read, can't talk, don't have no money. So what happens to them is a lot of times they're going to come across somebody that's going to knock the S out of them. Or if they try to rob them or do something to them, the police going to get called on, they going to jail, or they going to get shot. So you have essentially been party to their death. So a lot of you and a lot of people out here need to be, why did this happen? Why? You. Accountability looks like, what have I disciplined? What have I taught? Have I taught discipline? Have I said no? You have people that have killed their parents or killed family members or this, that, and the other when they told them no. A young boy just killed his father this week because he didn't want to go to school. So the parents, in some shape, form, or fashion, it's just really insane. So we going that one verse, you ain't even got to go to the other ones. There's plenty of other verses on discipline and fools, correction, and how fools hate correction. I told you I witnessed that myself last week with an old buzzard that despite, I was like, ooh, you old with it. That's it. Now, see what's wrong with the children? In order to be a teacher, you need to be teachable. Somebody has to teach you something, right? In order to lead, you have to first be led. A lot of y'all want to jump out there and just lead and don't have an idea of the forest or the trees. Y'all ain't worth leading. Being leaders. But the children, when you see the stuff going on, just go to Proverbs 19:18. Then you already got the 10 Commandments, which many don't teach anymore. or instill when you honor. And we're going to talk about covetousness also, because socialism, every time I hear them open their mouth about who they want to tax and tax this, tax that, why are you watching other people's money? See, the problem with the government is they want to see everybody that makes a certain amount of money. The more you make, the more they want to take. Why are you making decisions to take my money? So I got to work harder for the people that's not going to work at all. And that sends a hell of a message. Like, you have to work. The Bible says just the rubbing the slack hands in poverty. So we have the government policy of covetousness now that's taking root. You understand? People don't want to keep working hard. We pay taxes because a certain thing is supposed to be done with our tax dollars, but it's not getting done. The only people benefiting are the people, the leeches, and the people that shouldn't be getting no money, and the fraud. The people that commit all this fraud. Law-abiding taxpaying citizens are not benefiting. We getting preyed upon. We got the children. You got the illegals. You got your federal citizens, because demons just running rampant. These are demons out here just running rampant. But if we would have stayed and get back into Proverbs, maybe some of us will change course. Maybe some of us will have children that learn that I need to have the Bible, have God in my life, and raise my children. Maybe we'll see something better. These children are hellions. And they out here praying. But most of that is the communist takeover. A lot of things that you're seeing is communist inspired. And it's biblical. So for me, having read some of the things I've read and then knowing about, it's saddening. And it also makes me angry to see what's going on and to see people that always talking so, I love it, be that. You know that bougie posture that a lot of Christians put on, them airs they put on, like they so deep, but you ain't deep enough to impact the killer culture because you done partner with it. So how deep are you for real? And your witness is crap, but you want to keep on. Oh yes, I was at the service today, and we did. Yeah. That all sounds sweet. No substance. So, get a verse, study on it. Proverbs 19:18. Do you want to continue on being a party to the death of your children, their friends, and the children coming after them? Or do you want to do something different? Do you want to discipline the children, discipline your child, and not be party? Because right now we got a whole lot of parties to the death and destruction of children. That's why they choosing it. Because you set them on that path. Remember we talked about arrows?